What's good, y'all? Switching it up a little bit. I'm gonna be doing some readings, pulling some messages. Um, at first I was gonna pull messages for the retrograde, but I'm so sick of this spiritual world. Sometimes everybody's giving the same messages, so I've had some downloads that's been coming through for me personally, that I know I have to share with the collective. So I'm going to be sharing some of those messages as well as just whatever might come up. So this is not going to be necessarily time stamped. Um, and when I say time stamped, what I mean is this is not for a specific time. This is not for anything in regards to the cosmics, what's going on. This has everything to do with what you need to know for your healing. Okay? Okay. So, as you know, I am the trap goddess. You see me, trap. So, Source, just give us any messages. Um, you know how I read. Right now, my books are not open for personal readings. I am only focusing on spiritual guidance and doing shamanic energy healing work. So uh, if you resonate with anything, I'm sure that I'll be speaking on someone's or a collective's chakra blockages or imbalances. So if anything resonates, be sure to hit your girl up so I can get you on my books. So yeah, let's just get into the message. What messages do you have for the collective, Source? What messages do you have for the collective? Surrender to success. So some of you might be dealing with some ego. The ego showing up and the ego is taking the lead in a situation when it may come to success. You may be feeling like it should have happened by now, and because it hasn't happened by now, you're starting to have some doubt and some sabotage. But this is actually Source allowing you to recognize that you actually planted this seed with fear. You actually planted this seed not truly fully believing that what it was that you wanted was going to come. Surrender the drama, surrender defensiveness. This is heavy solar plexus and sacral chakra. Really, I'm feeling a lot of solar plexus energy. So there may be that you've been holding on to a lot of anger. You may have some frustration when it comes to this. This defensiveness is a sign of weakness. It's reminding me of the ego. This is reminding me of a weak ego, okay? A weak ego. And when I'm saying weak, I'm saying W-E-A-K. I'm country, so some of y'all might not be able to understand me. But a weak ego is going to have you questioning things a lot. It's going to have you very defensive. Somebody says something that you don't like, or somebody says something that's triggering, you're going to react in a defensive way. This is what this drama is coming up. So this is really a chance for you to recognize like your body. Pay attention to your body. Learn your body. Learn your intuition. Learn to feel your emotions. Some of you aren't feeling your emotions. You suppress your emotions for so long that you don't even feel them anymore. Surrender overthinking, obsessive thinking. What I'm hearing with that is overthinking. You're overthinking a situation so much. You're thinking about it to the point to where it's not even. Source is saying you're not even preparing for the right thing. You're so focused on the negative and what could go wrong. You're so busy preparing for the worst that you hadn't even considered the best. You hadn't even considered that some of the things that are happening, everything that's happening is happening the way that it's supposed to. It's happening for you to learn the lessons, for you to embrace the moments. It's heavy on the sacral and solar plexus. Like, heavy on the sacral and solar plexus chakras. Like, I'm not even... It's some heart chakra there, and I feel like the heart chakra probably came from a time of feeling like you couldn't do it. Either something happened that made you feel like you could no longer do it. I'm going to read the cards here because Source is telling me that there's some messages in the message. There's some messages in the message. So you are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm. Don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you bring clarity or even solve the problem. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson in every moment. That card right there, by that being the overall energy, is confirmation that Source wanted me to come on here and talk about a channel download that I got this morning. Get back to the why. Why you started your spiritual journey, why you wanted to tap in with your healing journey, why you wanted to become a better person. Why did you start your spiritual journey? Because we have gotten to a place in this spiritual realm that as leaders and even as the collective, we're so focused on healing to manifest, healing to receive, healing to get something in return. And the only thing that we should be healing to gain is peace, inner peace, happiness, joy. That is the real abundance. And a lot of times I feel that in the spiritual realm, it's being taught the wrong thing, which is what's keeping us in this cycle. We're staying in a cycle. An imbalanced root chakra has everything to do with greed, has everything to do with obsessing over material things. That is not what we're doing this work for. That is not what we should be doing this work for. Let me rephrase that, because some people are doing this work for those very things, for the luxury lifestyle. I personally am doing this work because I wanted to be free. I wanted to experience freedom. I wanted to free myself from the way that I had been living my life. I had gone through physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, any kind of fucking abuse you could think of. I had been through it. And I started my healing journey when I was pregnant with my daughter, because it was like, okay, I don't want her to grow up experiencing abuse the same way I experienced abuse growing up. And then I turned around and became someone that dated people that abused me. I dated men and women and both dealt with abuse. So my journey was very personal. Once I realized, damn, it's a lot of people that's gone through the exact same thing that I'm going through, And I've learned all these new ways of healing and helping myself, and I just want to share it with everybody. And that's how the Trap Goddess began. I wanted to share the knowledge, share the information, share the healing that I had channeled and realized and learned about my damn self throughout my journey. So in the midst of that, it then turned into, I just want to untrap the hood, because it wasn't necessarily about everybody that I wanted to touch. I wanted to specifically help people that had a very trapped mindset from living in the hood, from living in certain areas, from being a part of a certain culture, okay? Not every black person goes through the same trauma. Not every race has been through the same generational traumas, but we've all been through trauma. We've all been through something. And in the midst of that, I realized that I had a greater purpose for the ones that look like me, okay? So I share this for you to find your why. Find the reason why you're doing what you're doing. What's your spiritual journey really, truly about? Are you doing it to build community? Are you doing it to heal the collective? Or are you doing it because it's trendy right now? And you got to just keep it hot with yourself. If you're healing only to manifest, then you're not healing for the right reasons. You're not healing at all. It's all cap. Because if you're only healing to manifest a different way of living or a different life, then pay attention to what you're manifesting. Are you manifesting material things, or are you manifesting like, I'm releasing the fear? I'm manifesting financial freedom. I'm manifesting just freedom in general. Like, what are you manifesting? What are you asking for? Source may not even understand manifesting. Source doesn't understand 10K. What the fuck is a bank account? I was talking to one of my homegirls last night. She made a very good point. It's like, Source don't understand what the hell we be asking for when we be asking for this material shit. So why are we still continuing to ask for it? Time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. This makes me think about this eclipse that we just had. This is still that energy of the eclipse. So that eclipse was heavy on the releasing things that no longer are in alignment with where you're headed. If you have committed to your soul's path, if you know that you want to walk in a greater light, if you know that you want to embrace your darkness, to come out of your darkness, to then shine your light and be a light worker, it's time to let it go. And you've been going through it. I feel it. I feel that a lot of you, I just said it, you're going through it. The emotions are at an all-time high. And I can tell you, you're so fucking emotional because you won't sit the fuck down and face it. You won't deal with it. That's why the emotions keep coming up. You keep running from the emotions instead of sitting with it. So the more you run, the more that it's going to continue to creep up and boil over and get worse because it needs your attention. Take the time to sit still. Sit with your emotions. Ask yourself, how are you feeling? How do you feel? Why do you feel the way that you feel? Hold your vision. And don't let pride get in the way. Ooh, not I can't. Okay. Full moon in Leo. Again, that solar plexus. Pride, ego, this is a thing. The pride, the ego, the drama, the defensiveness, it's all making sense. It's all coming through very, very clear. So hold the vision of what you want. Hold the vision of your why. Why did you start this journey? Why are you wanting to do the things that you want to do in your life? Why do you want to be a better person? What trauma did you go through that you want to free yourself from that trauma, that you know that however you heal yourself, however you free yourself could help the collective? Do you know how many people that I have serviced just this month alone that have all been through sexual trauma starting at such a young age? I want to say my youngest was 3 years old, and it's been every age group. Okay, so you're not only on this journey to heal the part of you that was going through a divorce, or the part of you that dealt with rape. There was something that led up to the rape. There was something that led up to the divorce. You trauma bonded. Now, what's the trauma that you're going around bonding with people over? Do you have cords that need to be removed? Are you one of the ones participating in cord cutting rituals, which isn't really helping you at all? If you have been servicing or getting service or doing your own rituals of cord cuttings, and you feel the energy of the person that you've been trying to remove yourself from, if you feel that energy even more, baby, that's because you in fact did not remove any cords. You only cut the connection. Okay, so that's a really big one that I don't think a lot of people talk about enough, is cord cuttings only removes the connection. Cord removals frees that space to allow you to call your power back. You can call your power back until you motherfucking blue in the face. But if you're not calling your power back with space to actually receive your power, then you're not, in fact, doing anything. Okay? A lot of times what happens is people will start calling their power back, but they're calling their power back still holding on to the baggage of the person that they gave their power to. Make it make sense, baby. Make it make sense. And then you want to walk around mad and defensive, causing all this drama with people, overthinking the situation, all because you don't want to just recognize the success that you already hold. So release that negativity, release the negative thoughts about yourself, release the negative. Look at that. Look at that. As we're coming out of eclipse season. Look at that. Look at that. And it's not that this is time stamped, but I just need you to know. Conclusions are coming in. This cycle is ended. The cycle is going to end once you work through that fear. This is heavy Scorpio energy, okay? Hard work is paying off. It's about finding that balance. This is a heavy on the rebirth, so it's not even necessarily Scorpio energy that I'm picking up. This is rebirth energy. This is you embracing the rebirth. This is you yeah, my nose started itching. This has everything to do with you embracing the rebirth and not being defensive about the rebirth. Not understanding that this is happening in divine timing and that you have literally nothing to worry about. You just have to follow your intuition, because your intuition is telling you that there's change coming. And you're going to have to really dive into your passions. You're going to have to let this anger and frustration and resentment that you've been hoarding in your solar plexus, you're going to have to find a way to transmute that and turn it into the light. You can no longer control situations, okay? You can't control how things turn out. You can only release, let go of the attachment to the outcome. That's what I'm hearing. You're not gonna know how. Just because Source gave you the vision doesn't mean that you're gonna know exactly how it's gonna play out. So stop stressing yourself out and worrying about how things are gonna play out. That's not for you to figure out. It's just for you to be in alignment. It's for you to do the healing work. It's for you to actually sit with yourself and be still long enough to receive the messages. If you've been waiting for step one, you haven't received step one because you're so busy trying to figure out how you gonna get through to step 284, and you ain't even sat still to just get the basics. What is your foundation looking like? I had mentioned the root chakra earlier in the video. So this is, again, this root chakra. This is coming up. So somebody, and I feel that in my lower back, somebody's root chakra is very imbalanced. And as a result of the root chakra being imbalanced, the whole chakra system can't build off of that. So if you've been trying to do intentional healing and you're not, I don't even want to say you're not getting the results. Well, yeah, because somebody is attached to the results. If you have a desired outcome that you're looking for in the midst of your healing, then you, my friend, need to figure out what the fuck you're really healing for. Just as simple as that. Alright, I'm going to be using the Hip Hop Oracle deck by one of my very own Trap Fam members, Tatiana. I will be sure to drop her link so that way if y'all are interested in this deck, because this is a very dope deck, if you're interested, you can get yourself one. Okay. Source, what messages do you have for the collective? Get that dirt off your shoulder. Okay. Whatever. Not the card flew away. Hold on, y'all. I was trying my best not to let that happen, but oh well. So, I had just said it. Whatever is stressing you out at this time is draining you of your ashe. Okay? Time is currency, so don't waste it on folks, things that you cannot control or that are not worth your energy. Baby, I have already said that. Come on, Source. Speaking to the people. I cannot make this shit up. Foundation. Baby, the messages is messaging right now. I love it when Source be sourcing. It's time to review the roots of what you're building. Is the foundation solid? Do ideas, feelings, and mindsets need to shift? The time to purge all that isn't serving you anymore is now, because baby, it's show time. It is show time. Oh, it's a lot of messages that just came out. Down and out is the overall energy. Let's get into it. Chaining Day. That card was trying to pop out, so I'm happy to see that it came out. Think of this card as the moderate day rites of passage. You're elevating to the next step in your journey. Pray to your ancestors and get ready for the ride. Freeze. Bruh, slow down and take a breath. You're running yourself through the mud. Pause and center yourself, then keep moving. Chill, son. Did I not tell you that you're not sitting still long enough to deal with the emotions that are coming up? Bruh. Your energy is a bit stuck. You're at a crossroads and unsure what the next move to make. Just know this is happening for you, not to you, okay? Word on the street. Beware of folks who smile in your face, but then turn around and chat behind your back. This card indicates that you are a hot topic. Don't stress it, though. Your ancestors got you. Visionary. You see things that the ordinary person does not. Your talents and energy goes beyond what you thought the impact was. So take a hold of your sight and watch yourself strike gold. Muse. An artist's muse is their inspiration and foundation. This card asks you to identify your muse. Where do you get your creativity Where do you get your creative inspiration from? At this point, the messages is just confirming what's been said. Ready or not, your blessings are on the way to you, but are you ready to receive them? Remember, removing that cord frees up space for you to call back your power. You're giving back the energy. You're giving back the baggage and the trauma of the person that you bonded with, and you're calling your power back. So are you ready to receive? This is the time to review your thought patterns behind abundance and what that means to you. Purge those outdated mindsets and beliefs and open your heart and arms to receive. Thought patterns behind abundance. Okay, remember I said abundance has nothing to do with the material things. So if you are very focused on the material things, manifesting these material things into your life, baby, this is why the shit's not coming in, because you got the game all fucked up. What's good? Are you checking in with yourself? This is your reminder to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Is there tension building in your body? Identify the place of discomfort and move towards healing. Last card that popped out, run that back. Encore. If no one told you today, you are wanted and you are valued and you have a purpose. Continue to shine your light on the world. They are loving it. Things may be down and out. Things look, feel, and or may even seem rough right now. It's taking a toll on your well-being. Allow yourself to feel the feelings and release them. The good thing is that it's all temporary. Source said, girl, you ain't even got to go through and say nothing, because that's literally confirmation to everything that I had already channeled. It's the foundation for me. And the freeze and the chill sign. Like, if you don't sit your ass down and get focused on what you like, you lost focus. And it's okay. A lot of us did. I've been so focused on trying to manifest this house that it was like, yo, I don't even know what the fuck I want. And I couldn't figure out why I was so stuck. Why I couldn't get in any direction. And it was all because I was focused on a material thing. But the way that I was focused on it, it was like, okay, I know I'm supposed to be building community. So how can I find a bunch of land? How I'm going to get the money to pay for the land? How I'm going to get the people to build the houses for me? And then who going to come and stay? Like, it was just literally me trying to put my human self in the midst of Spirit's plan. It's a universal plan. What the hell does my human self have to do with a universal plan? All I'm supposed to do is show up and be ready. Show up and be ready. That's all you have to do is show up and be ready. So you doing the work is you sitting the fuck still for once. We live in a society that wants us to constantly be on the move. That's why we have fast food. That's why we do everything for convenience. Okay? Apartment buildings have valet trash. So people ain't got to take their trash to the motherfucking dumpster. Like, this whole society is being built off convenience. No one just sits and enjoys. No one understands that the birds right now are chirping because they're channeling messages. They're giving us messages. They're confirming the things that I'm saying. The wind starts to blow, confirming what is being said. The universe responding to what I'm saying. I'm giving into the universe, and the universe is giving back into me. We've lost sight of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, all we talk about is getting to the bag, fucking bitches, fucking on niggas now. Like, I mean, it's just like, girl, the women talk like dudes and the dudes talk like women. I mean, it's just crazy. Everything is so fucked up in our society, but nobody is realizing it because nobody's sitting down long enough to even realize that the shit's fucked up. We just have adapted to it. We're really good. I will say most of us are really good at adapting and going with change. But a lot of times the problem with that is the only change that we flow into is change that everyone else is doing. This is why this spiritual realm has gotten so fucking trendy. It looks cool to heal until a motherfucker really start healing. Until the motherfucker really start healing, then they're like, oh, this is hard, I don't want to do it. And then they get really inconsistent with it. And I mean real inconsistent with it. $511. Look up that angel number. You're coming out. The change is coming. You're coming out of this energy, out of this stuck mindset, into an energy where you're going to start celebrating. You're going to start being around people who actually see you for who you are. You're going to start seeing you for who you are. You're going to start honoring yourself, respecting yourself, valuing yourself. Somebody is being called to call back their power. Somebody needs to spend some time with themselves. You're moving too fast. The lifestyle that you're living, that ain't it. That ain't what you was supposed to be doing. And that's why you're feeling stuck, because you're out of alignment. And because you have this connection with your divine team, because you have been working on connecting with them, they're not going to let you get too far out of alignment. But they can only help but so much. You're going to have to invite them in to help you finish the work, or you're going to have to ask them to lead you and guide you. Now, if you found this message again and this is resonating, then we have a soul contract to do some work. We have a soul contract to really start diving into some heavy work. So if you're led, then let's go ahead and get to work. Alright, let's get into this last little bit of this message. And I'm going to wrap this baby up. I think I like this way more with just my hands. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about the face. And for some reason, I'm not wanting my face to be on the YouTube today. Not on the YouTube. Not me sounding like the old lady. Somebody has been going through some major heartache, and that's that resentment. Remember, I was talking about the resentment in the heart has then turned into anger in the solar plexus, and it's just sitting there. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, baby. Some of you, you're using your vices are addictions, and you're using them to numb, and your ass ain't even numbing no more from them. Like, you're having to use more of it, do more of it. Lord, please don't let nobody be going to a more extreme vice, but the addictions are heavy. Focus on how to release those addictions. Focus on identifying those addictions, how you even got to those addictions. What you're running from when it comes to those addictions. That's a big one. What are you running from? Source, what is the collective running from? Justice. Some of you are running from your own karma. Some of you are running from karma. Some of you know that there's karma to be handed to you. You can't run from it. You can't run from it. And you doing the healing work doesn't mean that you don't have to experience the karma. Some of you might be in alignment with good karma. There's two sides to everything. There's dark and there's light to everything. And it's up to you to embrace it. If you are due negative karma, then you know that you need to focus on how to give yourself grace throughout that experience. What did you do to the other person? This is sounding really personal. It's sounding really personal. Because what? Just so if somebody was wondering what I was drinking one of these babies. I really like the enlightened mint, but they were out of them yesterday, so I had to get the tropical uprising. I want to finish that blunt after I'm done. That 9 of Swords again. 9. The cycle. Cycle's coming to an end. I love that for you. A lot of clarity coming in. All right. I do not read in reverse, so my first initial reaction was to say fuck you. I don't read in reverse. Sometimes I do, but today, no. And I don't read tarot. I'm an intuitive reader, so just because I'm in this weird realm, this weird world where there's so many people with skills and not a lot of people with gifts. And it's up to you to use your discernment to determine and to trust who you feel right working with. I don't read tarot. Tarot is a skill. I have the gift of intuitively channeling messages. Messages come through me. I can look at things. I can hear things. I can see things. I can experience things. I say it. It resonates. That's an intuitive reader. That is someone who is a vessel that channels messages. I do shamanic work. I am a vessel 24/7. So therefore, I focus on my gifts, not a skill. Okay, there's a difference. So I don't want to hear anybody or experience anybody in the comments with, oh, that's not what that means. I don't read tarot. I just want to make that very clear. And I've never had to do that before. So this is a divine reason. This is Source making sure that I put this little nugget in here, because I usually don't read for the public. I usually only read for my community, but Source is leading me into some new things. It's a whole new world, okay? And that's not a pun on the new world. Lord, all right. There's a female cardinal right here. So I do feel like we need to collectively embrace the feminine energy a little bit more within ourselves. Okay, so there's an Eight of Wands here, and then there's a Fool card with the Ace of Swords, and immediately just some of the things that I'm picking up is getting out of the past, embracing the new, and getting really focused, clear, having a lot of clarity on what it is that we want, what our intentions are. Again, this night energy, this whole going backwards energy with this Nine of Cups in the middle is really giving me it's just really heavy, sitting on no longer are we repeating the cycles. Okay, the cycles are ending, but the cycles end with you. That's why this World card is here. It's up to you. You have to do what is required. It's not it's not gonna fall in your lap. It's not gonna fall in your lap. And it's not gonna fall in your lap because you're gonna have to be in alignment with it. So your heart and arms are gonna be open to receive it. Like, it's gonna come in and you're gonna be like, oh, whew. Like, it's not gonna have to drop in your lap. You're gonna be so aware of it. The awareness is there. Yeah, this Eight of Pentacles, like being really focused on what it is that you are wanting for yourself, the direction that you want to go in. Queen of Cups, the Star card, the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Cups. It's just really getting really clear and focused on what the fuck you want. With the Empress, heavy on the divine feminine energy. This is a message for the ladies, it feels like. It's time for you to find balance. You've been operating too much in your masculine energy because something happened. And the inner version of you, that inner child version of you, maybe around 6 years old, something happened. This is somebody specific. Something happened between the ages of 6 and 9. And this has been a cycle that energy has become a cycle. And it's something that you've just had to endure over and over and over and over, and you've gotten into a habit of conditioning yourself to have to run. You constantly run. This feels like somebody that doesn't even fully unpack wherever they are. They never turn a house into a home. They're just constantly on the go, and they're constantly on the go because it's a cycle. Like I was saying, this is something that you've had to do so much that you've just been conditioned to live like that. You don't know how to live in a different way, but you are tired of it. You are in this energy where enough is enough. Like, I'm really sick of it and I don't want to keep going through this anymore. And you're trying to figure out what that feels like. It's not comfortable, but you know that it's going to be better than what you've had before in the past. And this is a beautiful place that this particular group is in. This is a really good place that you're in because now you can see it. Now that you're open to even receiving the healing information that needs to come in about you. Look at how the wind's responding. The universe is responding. Now that you're open to receiving this information, you can see it, you can acknowledge it, you can accept it. Remember, accepting things does not mean that you're approving it or denying it. It just means that you're acknowledging it and you're not denying it. So I should say approved or disapproved, because it's accept or deny. So we're no longer denying anything, but accepting everything. And there's the female cardinal again with the male cardinal. So there we go, finding balance between the masculine and the feminine energies. Understanding that you can't have one without the other. Understanding that you cannot work within yourself without honoring both sides of you. The Emperor. You got the Judgment card that had came out when I was channeling, the Five of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Emperor card. Temperance is that balance. This is literally just and then the cardinals are gone. This was, wow. The Hermit, spending some time alone. The World card, spending some time alone, focusing on you, how to fill your cup, how to create that overflow. I just am curious to see if the Empress card is going to come out, because that was wild that the Emperor came out. Two of Swords, we're at this crossroads. Everything is fine though. Ten of Swords. It's all about this Ten of Pentacles, recognizing what you already have, recognizing what's already here, what you already have been blessed with in your life, in your journey. So with that, finding the gratitude every day and what it is that's already in your life, okay? Sometimes we don't find the gratitude for the things that's already here. The World card came out. Four of Pentacles with this King of Pentacles. This right here is that energy. This is the ego playing against you, okay? This is the ego not wanting to accept. This is somebody that has a hard time receiving help, and there's that cardinal. So this is that feminine energy, not wanting to receive the help, not wanting to accept it. It's like you think that somebody's gonna want something in return. You got to get really focused on what it is that you want. Someone is very in a limbo as far as what they want. Like, oh, I think I want this, but I don't know. And that's why it's not coming in, because you're not clear. There needs to be more clarity. How do you get more clarity? You spend time with yourself. And I don't even want to say meditate, because it's more than meditating. What's your relationship like with yourself? How are you speaking to yourself? Are you nurturing and gentle and compassionate with yourself? Or are you hard on yourself and talk and judge and criticize yourself? What is your relationship with yourself? A part of me wanted to, I don't know, Swords. Okay, keep going. They said that I just needed to pull that energy back, but I can keep going. There's still another part to it that I need to touch on, but I'm not sure. I know that I'm picking up something. I feel like I've talked to a couple of different energies, but there's one specific energy that's still like having a hard time seeing it, or having a hard time believing. You have this energy feels like you lack trust. You lack discernment. You don't trust your decisions anymore. Something happened. You got solar plexus. Something has caused you not to trust yourself, not to trust the decisions that you make. And because of that, low-key, you just negative fucking Nancy. I'm gonna keep it high, because the people around you, they not. And you just, everything is a but. Everything has a fucking rebuttal with you. Like you gotta You're very much giving prove it energy. Well, okay, let me fucking prove it to you then. And I never have to prove anything to anybody, but you're the energy that I've been picking up on throughout this whole reading of me having to explain myself, because I don't do shit like that. You came from, you know what it's like to experience positive. But when some of that shit was taken away from you, you haven't turned around in a direction to see that you still have shit to be grateful for. You didn't lose out on anything. You never lose. You always gain more. You always gain better. It's never a loss. That's what people be having fucked up. Everything is so negative now. Like, everybody feels like, well, I lost this, so that means I'm doing bad. No, the fuck it doesn't. It means that you were supposed to be getting something greater, but now you're so busy focusing on the past that you don't even understand that you're supposed to be creating something greater. This is the clarity. This is the clarity piece. Niggas need to get some damn clarity. Because you literally could have it all. You could literally have it all. You could have it all this year. This physical year. You could have it. You just gotta focus on what it is that you truly want. Let go of these karmic cycles. This might be somebody with some Capricorn placement that's coming through. Emperor. You could literally have it all, bruh. Okay, my bad. For real, I feel like this is this is the divine masculine that I'm talking to now. You had this wonderful lifestyle, and because you don't have it anymore, you're running yourself through the rug, through the mud, reliving that one part of your life when you got a whole new direction you're supposed to be going in. And it's like, okay, it's like this is the visual that Source is giving me. You give a baby a doll. The baby loves the doll. She loves the doll. He loves the doll so much that the doll gets fucking dirty. You have to clean the doll. When you take the doll away, the baby goes fucking bananas. Why? Because you're taking away something that they have grown to love, cherish, and adore, right? But you're only cleaning it. You're going to give it back in a greater condition, a better condition than what it was before. But the baby doesn't understand that at that time. The baby won't see it until the doll comes back. But if you have somebody that's unstable and unavailable emotionally, then they're not even going to understand that the baby is having a hard time separating and detaching from that doll. So that adult may in return condition that child to never feel like they can condition the child to feel like they never want to get attached to anything else, because if something is taken away from them, it's taken away from good, or it's in a negative way. So that's why you feel this way, because when you were little, you were growing up with somebody that was emotionally unavailable. You had a lot of people around you that could not give you that emotional space, that safe space that you needed to actually express yourself. So now you're at a place in your life where as an adult, you still are not able, you conditioned yourself to now be emotionally unavailable. And because you can't see that your life is actually not bad, it's just that this one thing needed to be taken away so you could see the lesson. You had to experience the darkness in order to come out to the light. This is heavy masculine energy, yeah. Knight of Swords tried to pop out. Very stubborn. You're very stubborn. And you stay focused on the past too much. So much that you can't even see the future. You can't see that you're winning. You can't see that you're about to win. You so focused on the past. You so focused on the negative, bruh. You're annoying. I'm just gonna say it. You're annoying. If you keep this cycle going, you're gonna stay on the latter part of the wheel than the top, my nigga. On some real shit. Let that shit go. Nobody's gonna, like, you gonna end up by yourself because nobody's gonna want to be around it. This is not the season. This is not the time for that. It's time to let that go. Yeah. It's time to let that go. Wow. Yeah, you went from knight energy to king energy and emperor energy. And you're gonna find that balance. You're gonna find that compassion. You're gonna find that strength and that courage within yourself to put yourself back out there again. This might have been a man that was hurt. It might have been a woman that hurt you. And you've just become this damn player. It could have been your mother. Somewhere along the line, you thought you were in a situation where someone loved you unconditionally, for you to find out that the love was only based on conditions. Whew. So if I'm not talking to a man specifically, I know I'm talking to a woman that has definitely taken over in her masculine energy. A woman, maybe even an Aries, or it could just be a woman that's a really hothead with a very unstable root chakra, very unstable foundation. You haven't been able to create in a while. You've been wanting to create, but you haven't been able to because your inner child, you got locked away. Alright, so it's you talking. You talking. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this up. This was dope as hell. How long it ended up being? About an hour and 57 minutes. So thank you for trusting me with your energy. If you were led to watch this video, I appreciate it. That's dope as hell. Like I said before, if you want to book any sessions with me, or if you I don't do personal readings right now. I have not been called to open up my books for readings, but I do pull messages and channel messages anytime I do shamanic work or energy healing work. So you can book a consultation, you can book a shamanic Reiki service, you can be a part of the members only 4-month program. The program probably will end up running more than 4 months, but I am taking applications right now for June, so that is now open. I'll drop all those links in the description, but again, I am Trap, the Trap Goddess, with 3 S's on the end of Goddess. Don't get me mistaken. I love you. I love you. Mwah. I'm sending you so much love and light and compassion and joy and happiness. And I'm just speaking into your life that your cup overflows. Okay? I love you. I will definitely be talking to you soon.